Hello, hello, hello. I am Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow, who was, a minute and a half late today.
Squirrel.
Thank you. We got dive knives, and I was paying attention to that. Anyway, if you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make doing keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track, so thanks for joining us on our keto journey.
I was just pointing to where one of the dive knives was. It seemed like you wanted to show it off.
I was going to, but now I have to get up and walk over there.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing we don't have wireless mics for that. Anyway, Rhiannon is here.
Down.
Suzanne is here as well. So is Carrie. Jujubee says, hey, beautiful Miriam.
Hey.
Kim says, good evening. Marianne is
Kim.
here.
Hi, Marianne.
Jason is here
Hi, Jason.
as well. Miriam and Miriam's husband. My name is also, her name is Mommy, and my name is Scratchy Face Mommy.
Yep.
At least according to the baby.
That we don't have anymore because they're old.
That's true. You didn't even get to see Peyton.
I know.
We were in Florida for almost a week.
We should have drove there.
Yeah, it was 3 hours each way. Anyway, Shauna says, hello, Chris and Miriam. Mimi is here. And Donna says, good evening from Texas. You both look great.
Hi, Donna.
Let's see. Looks like Carrie got a raspberry cheesecake.
Yes.
Nice. And Visual Keto is here as
Hello.
well.
How are you?
Okay, couple of public service announcements.
Okay.
Number one, Feliz Fiestas Patrias de Chile a todos ustedes.
Can you sing this song?
Puro chicha tomaba mi abuela. No, that's not how it goes. Puro Chile con cielos azulados. Anyway.
I don't know what you said either way.
So yesterday was Chilean Independence Day.
Right.
Today is the day that everybody gets to watch the parade.
Parade.
It's basically 2 days off every day in Chile. And I should have remembered, but the 19th of September, which is today, is also
Arr.
International Talk Like a Pirate
Me
Day.
talk like a pirate
Arr,
today,
Avast me mateys. I forgot to check and see what year, what the 35th annual. Let me know in the comments. Yeah,
35th
which
annual Talk Like a Pirate Day?
I doubt it's 35th. It
probably
might be like
third.
27th or something. No, it's been going on for a long time.
Oh, really?
It was a bunch of friends just, anyway.
Silly.
Anyway, LB says hello. Suzanne says, I just made 2KK egg pudding with Keto Chow.
Yum.
Yvonne is here from Texas as well. Says howdy.
Howdy.
GGB says first sub job is Thursday and Friday this week. Nice.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Donna says, I got my fall flavors today. Can't wait to try the eggnog and pumpkin. Brenda says, it's been a minute since I've been live. You both look amazing. It looks a lot better with this camera than it does stuck in the hinge, up the nose shot like we were doing last time.
Yeah, that was not awesome. It's fine.
One job. Flat River Keto's here. So is Bob.
Hi, Scott.
Join us. Good
Hi,
evening,
Bob.
all from Arizona.
Hi, Joanne.
Let's see. Visual Keto says, Arr! Okay,
Arr, we made
another public service announcement.
Okay,
Actually, I need to
okay.
pull up the link because
Cough over here. I have a little piece of something in my teeth right here. I just brushed my teeth, so what happened was everything that was stuck in the back just came to the front. It's fine.
okay.
Okay?
So as it says on here, this is my notes that are. It's actually in the title of this, or in the description of this video. One thing to just let everyone be aware of
Yes.
is that sugar-free pudding,
Okay.
which this is sugar-free
Sugar-free
pudding.
pudding.
This is sugar-free Jell-O,
Jell-O pudding.
Pudding.
Not just sugar-free Jell-O.
is not low carb.
Okay.
It is sugar-free, meaning it does not use actual sugar as a sweetener.
Okay.
But it is very much not low carbohydrate. Number one ingredient is modified cornstarch.
Yes.
Number two is maltodextrin. Where it differs, again, is that this one uses aspartame and ACE-K for sweeteners, whereas normal pudding would use
sugar.
sugar.
So that's
It
the
is
only difference.
lower carb.
Yeah.
But in 8 grams, there's 6 grams of starch. of
Gosh,
cornstarch.
that's like almost 1-to-1.
Okay, this is a keto-friendly
Oh, yes.
pudding. Number one ingredient, cornstarch. Now it uses erythritol and stevia as the sweetener.
So that's better.
12 grams. There are 9 grams
Oh, gosh,
of
that's
total
so much.
carbohydrates. 4 of that is erythritol.
You know, I have a solution for that.
What's that?
Just make keto chow pudding.
Well, and that's what made me think of it.
Okay.
That our friend there said that they had just made keto chow pudding. Yes. Who was it? It was Suzanne. Made the 2KK egg pudding. So, and then this came up on the Keto Chow Facebook support group because somebody was asking about adding keto chow to sugar-free pudding.
Oh, okay.
And whether it's something you could do. And I was like,
you could.
you can.
But sugar-free pudding is not really very good.
So looks like Joe says that the Talk Like a Pirate Day started in 1995.
Wow.
Celebrated annually on September 19th.
So awesome.
How
Thanks,
many
Joe.
years is that, though? I don't want to do math in my head
math
while I'm... Jujubee says, matey, you swashbuckling bilge rats be smobbing the deck.
Yes. Or you'll go over.
Carrie says they have sugar and sugar-free, maltodextrin is sugar. Actually, okay, here's the thing. Maltodextrin is not
it's the
legally sugar.
Because it acts as sugar.
Yeah, it is not a monosaccharide. It's a polysaccharide. Okay, so the difference between sugar, glucose, and starches is starches are chains of glucose, just a bunch of chains of glucose together. You have enzymes in your saliva that will cut those up. I think it's amylase?
Yes.
Yeah. It cuts that up immediately into sugar, which is why you can take 28 years, Joe. Thank you. You can take a starch and spit into a little thing of like potato or crushed up rice. And if you then do a glucose test on it, it will have glucose.
Because it breaks the starch down to the glucose.
So technically...
Everyone try the spit test.
Technically and legally, maltodextrin is not sugar.
Right. It just only is sugar when it turns into...
As soon as it goes in your mouth, it is sugar.
Yes.
Now, if you have longer chains, then you have fibers. So the difference between a dietary fiber and something like a starch is whether or not you, human, can break that up into glucose. If you can't, but maybe your gut bacteria can, then it's a fiber. The one issue is there are some what's considered a fiber that your body actually still can break down and turns into glucose. So anyway, so yeah, just a warning about sugar-free Jell-O. I think that's one of those rites of passage that people start on keto.
Oh, yes.
And they're like, oh, well, hey, this is sugar-free. Now, sugar-free gelatin,
that is
generally speaking, is going to be pretty good. I mean, what you'll have in that is like gelatin and flavoring, and it's not bad at all.
Yeah, it has like sorbitol often as the sweetener.
Yeah, or it uses Ace K or something like that.
So it just depends on what sweetener you're allowing.
Yep.
But the other rite of passage I was thinking of is the Russel Stover's chocolates.
There it is.
Oh.
I actually had it up and ready to go.
Yeah. Because it says sugar-free. And then now they even have the stevia version made with stevia.
Yes, made with stevia.
Right, so it feels
That's
like
not bad,
it's gonna
right?
be good, but it's not good because it still has maltodextrin in it.
Not even maltodextrin. It's even
just
worse
dextrose?
than that. No. Chocolate candy.
Maltitol.
Maltitol. Number one ingredient is maltitol. You have stevia extract further down.
Yeah.
And then the pastel coating is maltitol. And then further down you have maltitol syrup.
It's because it's cheap.
It is cheap.
And it technically is not a sugar. That's the
It is
thing.
considered a sugar alcohol.
Yep.
So 2 pieces of this have 18 grams of carbohydrate. And I would say that every single one of those grams is going to be essentially sugar in your body.
Yeah.
These things right here, the
And they just make you
strawberry
sick.
ones, they give you
don't remember
gas.
the
Oh, you
strawberry
don't remember the strawberry ones? Oh my gosh.
I'm a caramel peanut girl.
Those
Those are trying
things,
to kill
they're
you.
kind of a trigger for me.
Yeah.
And that's another kind of, hey, if you're just starting out, be aware the sugar-free candy that you find at Walmart, even the sugar-free Reese's peanut butter cups,
Oh, yeah.
they're almost entirely maltitol. If something has maltitol, don't walk.
Run
away.
So, speaking of not that,
Okay.
yesterday, or was it yesterday? Yesterday, I was talking to Haley on the phone, and she
Okay.
was in Canada.
I didn't really get to talk to her. She was cooking, and
Yeah.
I was working, and then I had to leave.
I
And
know, it was kind of a weird day.
anyway,
But what she was making while she was cooking, she often calls us while she's cooking.
yeah,
And she had taken banana keto chow
ice cream.
and heavy cream and whipped it up and then put it with a thing of yogurt. So she did a Greek yogurt or something, and then she put it into a bag, a Ziploc
Oh, okay.
bag, and then squoze it out into like droplet shapes on a cookie sheet and then froze them.
Ah,
Doesn't that sound yummy? Oh,
That
you
does
do
sound
have
yummy.
some there you
maybe I'm saving
go.
for later.
Now you are.
Keto chow core mixed with butter, dripping all over the place
Whoopsie.
because it's. We do have some humidity here. Anyway,
Yeah.
Loretta is here.
Hey, Loretta.
Carrie says, "Yeah, I'll take egg pudding over any other pudding. Egg pudding is the
It's
best."
so good.
Yeah, and Carrie says, "I still wouldn't eat it with the maltodextrin." Good.
Right?
Visual Keto says it's so easy to add some beef gelatin to make keto chow thicker into pudding.
Yes, it is.
Okay, here's something that I noticed when we came back, talking about thicker keto chow.
Right.
The keto chow core, the chocolate, and the other flavors, when you first mix them up, they're not as thick. After they've been sitting in the fridge for like 3 or 4 days, they get thick.
Yeah.
Like really thick. Did you have any of the ones that were out there in the fridge?
No.
Like they were not quite pudding, but they were starting to go that way.
Really?
Yeah, it was very interesting. And Joe pointed it out too.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, Vaughn says, yeah, 28, I did the math. Then I remembered I got married in 95 and I should have known the years.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you've been talking like a pirate all this time since you got married.
Yeah, you should have. So all these fake keto companies are just pulling our chains. Here's the thing, they don't even bill
Yeah.
that as keto. Those are meant for diabetics. And here's the thing, for someone who is type 2 diabetic, and their only concern is keeping their blood sugar down.
Yeah. That's
We're not talking
gonna
about
do
their
it.
metabolic health. Their
That's not
only
gonna do
concern
it.
is their blood sugar. Having those sugar-free things do have a slow or low impact on blood sugar, but they are still carbohydrates. So,
I feel like it gives a false sense of security
yeah.
when it's just lack of knowledge, because all it is learning about ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Forever. And because it wasn't an issue for me, I didn't care to learn until we started learning about keto, and now I know a lot of ingredients and I just remember what they are. But if you don't know, you don't know, and you just
Yeah.
under
So that's
the
why
auspice of sugar-free, thinking you're helping yourself when you're not.
I wanted to have them as public service announcements.
Okay.
Joe says, fun with oligosaccharides.
Oligosaccharides.
And John says, my mom had some of those. I told her to throw them out. I said, only eat
Yes.
those if you need to get cleaned out.
I guess that's true. Although usually it's painful first, like it hurts
Yeah.
your tummy.
And Carrie says, what about the regular dark chocolate Russel Stovers? I don't know. It
Does-
depends on
what is
how
the,
dark it is and what sweetener they're using.
Yeah. A lot of times you can get regular dark chocolate if it's like super dark, because
Yeah.
it won't have as much sweetener in it. So
Or no sweetener.
Yeah.
I kind of actually really like the Lily's. I don't do Chalk Zero anymore. It raises my blood sugar too much. Lily's, I don't. I actually tried Lily's with a CGM and didn't see any change.
Do you still have it on?
No, I am not wearing one right now. I actually ate like
You quit.
a third of a bar of Lily's, and there
Oh, you
was
just
no
watched
change.
it?
Yeah, although it did make my tongue hurt. Anyway, Wellman is here from Northern Florida.
Hello.
Loretta says the fall flavors are awesome.
Yes. Thank you, Loretta.
Let's see, Joe says I did shortcut math. 1995 to 2000, 5 to 2000, 2023, 20. Yep, there you go.
Yep.
Ariana says it's actually raining here in Ogden. It was raining here in Salt Lake all day too. Well,
yes.
in
Yes.
Draper
I
is where we're
stepped
at.
in a puddle today
What?
because I didn't walk over it.
Nanu says egg pudding is amazing. I actually bought 24 cartons of eggs today specifically because I want to make them into egg pudding.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Lisa says Keto Chow core with butter is really good. I think it's better than tallow when that mixed up for me and Callie. Nice. Yeah, that's Lisa.
Yeah, it is.
Ah, yeah.
It's Lisa.
Yeah, I personally like the core with butter better anyway.
I like butter.
Except I used up the last of the butter yesterday.
So you went to the store today.
I used up a 4-pound brick of butter making a whole bunch of Keto Chow. And so, yeah, I bought 12 more pounds of butter.
I'll just put that in my back pocket.
Yep. Wait, are they 4 pounds? Are each of those packages 4 pounds? Yeah, because each
No, isn't
thing,
it 1 pound? 1 pound.
I think there's, no, each of the 4, because each package
Oh,
has
right.
4 1-pound things
that does
that
make
have a
sense.
1/4 pound in each.
I was thinking you were meaning the 1 box of butter is 4 pounds. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think so.
No, each box is 1 pound. Wellman likes your hairstyle.
Thank
Exposing Darkness is here
you.
too. Says I'll see some of you this weekend at the Indie Meetup.
Yay! Oh,
the
not
Lord
me.
says good
Sorry.
evening. Yeah, we won't be there.
I wish.
Unfortunately. Shauna points out that Keto Palooza is in 16 days.
Woo!
Storm Chasing Gal says, will you be adding the seasonal bulk bags in surprise Chow Club subscriptions, or My Chow subscriptions?
Probably yes.
I think maybe, but I'm not the person who's in charge of that,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Let's see. Carrie says they had dark chocolate at H-E-B with a monkey on the label, and it was 100% dark chocolate.
Nice.
And had cocoa nut bits in it. Wow.
Perfect. It's good to find stuff.
Well, Lori's here from Vancouver
Hi, Lori.
Island. Welcome. Gigi says, maltitol fun fact. Many have gastrointestinal issues, but not all. I could eat 2 pounds of the Russel Stovers. Nothing bad happens to me. I grew up
Good
in
job.
a diabetic home. Nothing messes with me at all.
Wow.
Cindy wants to know, do we put Keto Chow in the egg pudding? So
Yes.
we're using, it's basically Two Crazy Keto's take on Maria Emmerich's egg pudding. So you scramble 10 eggs,
Yes.
you put in a can of coconut cream,
Yes.
and is it 1 or 2
I think it's 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder.
Well, no, we're just using a serving of Keto Chow instead of the cocoa powder.
Oh yes, just 1 serving of Keto Chow.
So, GGB says my sister's been type 1 for over 45 years.
Wow.
Visual Q says it's raining in Iowa tonight. Wow, nice. Bizor21 says I had my first pecan sticky bun today for breakfast. It was great. Gonna try maple waffle
Oh,
next.
I want maple waffle as ice cream. Joe totally made maple waffle, and I took raspberry cheesecake. I really wanted that.
The raspberry cheesecake
couldn't I
as a
have had
Ninja
both?
Creamy as ice cream.
I should have just had both.
So good. So good.
Originally the maple waffle.
Okay, Wild Turkey Bluff wants to know, will caramel macchiato come in core?
No.
It is not currly planned.
Right now we've got what we've got.
We've got the 3. We've got chocolate, we've got vanilla
We're
cream,
just
and we got
testing
strawberry
the
cream.
waters.
Yep. But we also don't announce flavors ahead of time. So if it was coming in core, I wouldn't fess up to it until
wouldn't
we
tell
actually
you.
have it. So
Although anyone who's gonna blab.
it would be me. I do also
Exposing
have
Darkness, you're coming to KPL?
I have this great button where people ask me if flavors are coming, and I say no. It's a happy no.
Can I go like this?
Bop his head.
Go ahead. Just comb his little hair.
Mimi says I had chocolate. I had black licorice pudding today.
Ooh,
Having
that
one
sounds
Keto Chow
good.
every day.
How are you,
nice.
Mimi?
Lynn's here. Keto Chow came today. I will be having chocolate mint
Oh,
tomorrow.
I love chocolate mint.
My nose is itchy. Dennis is learning the difference between ketogenic and ketosis, along with the strategies that may actually make a positive impact on our health, is like ripping off an adhesive bandage from sensitive skin.
Okay.
Ouch. It hurts, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
Brenda says, hello
Yes.
from Northeast Kansas.
Hey,
Are you
Brenda.
coming to Ketopalooza?
Yeah.
Anyway, had blueberry pie ice cream earlier this afternoon.
Oh, yum.
I was going to make blueberry pie keto chows last night, but Kate specifically had asked for chocolate peanut butter.
Because it's delicious.
And we don't really have a lot of chocolate peanut butter, but what we did have was chocolate and then peanut flour. We had a giant 50-pound bag of the peanut flour that goes into chocolate peanut butter that got speared by a forklift. And we're like, so what do we do with this?
I'll take that home.
So we threw away the stuff that was dirty, that was contaminated, well, even just around the section. And then we put it into Ziploc bags, and we've been going through it very slowly.
It's really nice to have. I put that in my creamy today. So
But-
I had a salted caramel and I put chocolate.
One thing that I noticed was the scoop in the chocolate 2.8 is very small.
Oh, really?
And that actually brings me to one of the things that we wanted to talk about later on. We'll get to it now.
Okay.
So somebody asked, I got a bulk bag of chocolate and noticed a difference, flavor-wise, from the singles. I used the scoop. I noticed the ability to get a consistent scoop was difficult, and I was thinking about whipping out a scale on my next batch.
Oh, yeah.
Volumetric measurements of fine dry powders is haphazard at best. And yeah, that's absolutely true. So the individual packets of Keto Chow, these guys, are already weighed out. When you get the big bag, they have a scoop, which is roughly
Usually
approximate. It depends on how you do it. The way that they were measured, or the way that we pick the size of the scoop is, we scoop it and pack it in there really tight. And that roughly equals the amount on the serving size. If you look on the back of a big bag of Keto Chow next to the nutrition information, it tells you what the serving size is in grams. And my recommendation is find out how you scoop Keto Chow and see if you're close to the serving size. So get a container, put it on a scale, zero it out, scoop some of the Keto Chow, and weigh it. And see how close you are in grams to the serving size. Because some people have noticed that they are very far off. Like depending on the version and the flavor, it could be anywhere from 49 grams a serving to 42 grams a serving. And check and see if what you're scooping out is the same amount. And this came up as well because people were saying, a lot of people are saying that there is a difference between the big bags and the singles, and a lot of people are saying there's not a difference between the big bags and the singles. Now, they're both actually kind of right.
Right.
Depending on the version, some of the singles may be an older or a newer version compared to the big bags.
And then it would be different.
It would be different. And where the biggest differences are, most of the differences in the versions are
mixing.
Well, most of the differences are things like I made a typo on the packaging.
That never happens.
And so I updated the packaging. And there's even a version number, there's a change log on the website that keeps track of everything. The biggest substantial change came with version 2.8, which is the same as version 3.0. And so on, like this guy right here, it's got a little version up in the corner. On the new packages, it's actually on the back next to the barcode. But all of the new packaging is
have a
version
new
3.0.
package?
I do not. The version 2.8, we lowered the amount of acacia gum.
Yes.
The flavoring is the same. The protein is the same. Everything is the same, but there's 4.6 fewer grams of acacia gum. And here's the thing. So, okay, so that would be where it could be different from the large bags versus the individual packets. But within versions, like right now, we are making new stuff, and it's version 3.0. And where I'm actually having to test the big bags and the singles because the company that's packaging them for us messed up on the lot numbers. They're
so you're
actually the
trying to
same
figure
lot.
out.
They're literally
okay.
the same batch. Like, they mix up a giant batch and half of it goes into little bags and half of it goes into big bags.
Yep.
But they messed up and they have a different lot code on the singles versus the big bags.
I see.
And the one that I tested, pre-tested, what they put that into the singles. It's like, well, now we have to open up an entire big bag, expense it, and yeah, I actually need to test lemon meringue, cookies and cream, and salted caramel today because they put those lots and they had me test the wrong one. But, so we're back to the question. Is there a difference between the big bags and the little ones? In this case, no. It's literally the same stuff. The flavoring is the same. Everything is the same. But where you might taste a difference is, are you measuring out exactly one serving?
Yes.
And with the singles, you're getting one serving. With the large bags, depending on how you measure it, maybe, maybe not. But that's back to the scoops them out, weigh it, see how close you are.
And I just don't care, so I just do a heaping scoop. I'm all, okay, it's good enough.
Okay, let's see. GGB says I have the original raspberry cheesecake. Swirl in some black raspberries.
Ooh.
Absolute heaven.
If I had some of those.
Carrie says, there goes the happy no. Oh, I'll do it again.
Wait, I want to pat his head again.
Yeah, there you go. Mike is here. Sean says, so
him a
someone in the
little
warehouse
hug
was
there.
hunting peanut flour. No, it's that they were lifting
lifting
up
it.
lifting up the
And
forklifts.
poked it right into the pallet.
And the pallet racking we're using, you have to get those forks into a
Just
space
right
that
underneath
big,
the
and
pallet.
it's 16 feet up in the air, and you're like,
Yeah, it's pretty easy to miss.
I don't let
But
myself
when
drive
you
the forklift anymore.
practice,
I
you're pretty
totally
good.
ran over.
Yeah, you totally
I
killed
ran
a
over
shelf or something.
a cabinet. This sheet metal cabinet that we got from Sam's Club.
Yeah.
I demolished it. Gina is here. Welcome, Gina. These says, I wanted to thank you for posting the videos from the Low Carb Cruise and Keto Salt Lake. I enjoyed them and appreciate you guys supporting and educating our community.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
We had a really funny comment today on Dave Feldman's
Okay.
video from the cruise.
Oh,
We're like,
really?
what, so we're supposed to trust an engineer with no formal schooling when he tells us that we're going to be, to ignore doctors' recommendations and endanger our lives?
Well, you can decide that or not.
I replied with, as opposed to, I was trying to be nice, as opposed to listening to doctors blindly repeating the recommendations that have been disproven for the last few decades and are blindly prescribing statins that increase your all-cause mortality, aka likelihood of death.
Yeah.
I said, I will stick with the engineer. I usually don't engage with people who leave stupid comments, but anyway. Miriam's like, okay.
That's nice, dear.
Reese says, I'm late, but I'm here.
Hi.
Let's see. Sean says, I've noticed that the new flavors with less acacia gum doesn't pack as well. Did you get back to the original acacia gum? I don't think so. We're not going to re-increase the amount of acacia gum. We're going to leave it at 1 gram instead of 5.6, just because that makes people who count total carbs happy. It doesn't mix exactly the same. I find it's a lot harder to get butter to mix and stay mixed with zero separation. It still doesn't completely separate, but the 5.6 was a little bit easier to mix with butter, but it's close enough, and especially, again, for the people who are counting total carbs, that 4.6 grams per
Yeah, it's a
serving
lot.
is a big deal. And with like the strawberry cream and the vanilla cream, like the core and whatnot, I mean, you have insanely low total carbs with those. So, yeah, we're going to keep the lower acacia gum. It also means that there's less mass. So, yeah, the chocolate that I was using, which was 2.8, the scoop, instead of being 94 cc's,
Yeah.
it was like 87.
Oh.
So it's a different scoop.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's actually the one that used to be in the taco soup.
Oh, the long skinny one.
Yep. Rob is here. Says, how's everyone doing?
Hi, Rob.
Super great. Lashana says, yo, homies. Some Chasing Gal is here.
Hi.
Oh, and you like the Miriam's Reel on Facebook.
Oh, thank you.
Dennis says, I like the smaller scoop. I have 3 of them on my counter. I don't store them in the bag. Moreover, I weigh it all twice. Once upon scooping, once again while committing it to the liquid. One thing that I personally like to do, if I'm weighing it, well, I'm usually mixing up Keto Chow in a blender. And so I'll actually weigh out a triple serving of it and then just add it all at the same time. Or I'll just do 3 scoops because I know how I pack it. And yeah. Visual Kilo wants to know, did we ever get through the unwheatened packages?
Yes.
I think so. It's on the base powder.
We just talk about it a lot because it's funny. I think we got through it a long time ago.
Well, Milady Laugh a Lot says it's Andy Dwyer with a new name and avatar. Welcome. Let's see. Iowa Nice says, I only used singles. I've hesitated getting bigger bags because what if I don't get the same mix of ingredients in each scoop? Now, so as far as homogenization,
they mix it well.
yeah, I personally have never had problems with stuff settling out. It's very well mixed. And a lot of people are like, oh yeah, if it doesn't taste the same, shake up the bag. And I've never had a need to do that.
Yeah,
every time, it's always been that the scoop just wasn't packed right, or I just needed to weigh it. Carrie says again with a happy note, I'm going to do it again. Carol says, hi there, it's been a while.
Hi, Carol.
Let's see. Should you be talking to Lynette? Says, Mike says, I probably would design
Repair for forklift damage at least twice a month.
He designs something to fix the repair from forklift damage. Yes.
Oh, that's funny.
Iowa says taste tester. Sad job. Well, it's a dirty job, but somebody's got to do it.
It's a different job.
Well, and the interesting thing is, so usually I mix up Keto Chow with butter. But every time we do the tests,
we always do it with cream.
We always to keep it as a
have a control.
baseline. Shauna says, I didn't think you were going to, or did. I couldn't remember. Yeah, we're not, as far as switching back to the old amount of acacia. We're using the same source for acacia gum as before, but it's a lot easier to get now. Anyway, Rob says, total carbs all the way. Mon says, my new favorite is strawberry cream core, but I notice it foams up a lot with my blender. Oh, interesting.
Oh, I could see that.
So here's a fun fact. Acacia gum, which there's 1 gram of it, can act as an anti-foaming agent.
But you can also add acacia gum back into
You
Keto
could.
Chow if you want to.
Yeah.
We have some in the cupboard, so if ever you wanted to make it like it used to be, you could change it.
Lynn says, I'd like to see someone take on Dr. Gundry. Okay. And Mike says, engaging stupid comments is what Twitter is all about.
Yeah, right?
That's what it's all about.
Lynette was wondering if anybody's coming to the October meetup.
Oh, yes.
I'm
That's
going. Are you
October
going?
15th.
Or 14th.
I think it's the 15th.
I think it's one
It's
of
the
those
same
days.
day.
Boop, boop,
There you go,
boop,
Carrie.
boom,
It's the
boom.
same day as the partial eclipse.
It's the 14th.
What?
You are correct. Oh, there's also a soccer game that day.
Dang it. 14th. Okay.
No, you're the one that said it.
Yeah,
I
but
said
you
the
just said
15th.
it's... No, I said it was the 15th. You said it was the 14th.
Nope.
You were the one that was correct.
You were correct.
Anyway, Mary T is
I was
here.
correct.
says, I thought I was the only one who celebrates Talk Like a Pirate Day. It was my dear friend's birthday, and we had so much fun every year. That's awesome. Shauna says, wow, all the properties of acacia gum. Who knew? The best part about acacia gum is that we were talking about those chains
Yes.
of glucose, the polysaccharides and oligosaccharide. You, human, cannot digest acacia gum. It's too complex of a fiber. But your gut bacteria can digest it, that it really likes it. And what it actually, when it metabolizes it, it produces butyrate and other short chain fats. It's actually the same thing. Well, it's actually the same stuff that happens in ruminants when their gut bacteria is processing carbohydrates into proteins and fats. So you're being kind of a little bit of a ruminant, but not really. So the takeaway from this is acacia gum, it is a carbohydrate. It does not raise blood sugar. It does contribute calories, but it's entirely in the form of short chain fats. And those short chain fats are your gut lining's favorite source of fuel. Absolutely loves it. So much so that you will often find people who have IBS and other digestive issues will supplement acacia gum because it strengthens their gut stuff, can actually even help with IBS and other problems, and leaky gut. Anyway, Kaden wants to know, what's the lowest carb keto chow? So anything that's version 2.8.
Yes.
Actually, for that matter, the strawberry and vanilla core, because they don't have the 3/4 gram
of cocoa powder.
Well, of lactose.
Right.
So the regular flavors of Keto Chow have 0.75 grams of lactose in them, whereas the strawberry cream and the vanilla cream don't have that.
I need to get some of that.
Strawberry cream and vanilla cream core.
Yeah.
They are, I think they might be, ooh, we're getting red.
Uh-oh.
I think those ones are close to like, I think they're like 1.5. Oh, we are getting really bad.
Nobody's here. Well, the boys just walked in, but I'm pretty sure they didn't take away
I'm going to lower the bit rate here.
the internet.
Been successful.
Yay!
Okay.
I was going to say you should kiss me when
And
nobody can see it.
it looks like we're back. Great. Hi.
We're back now.
Oh, except it's red again.
Oh.
Well,
you
still
wanna call it?
frozen.
You want to call it?
We'll see if it stabilizes.
Lady Fritzader, hi.
I don't know why it's doing that.
I don't know. It needs a restart.
Okay.
The meetup's in October
Yep.
14th.
Come
in.
We're in the middle of streaming. What's up, Ruth?
I wanted to say hi.
You can come say hi.
Oh, yeah.
The problem is it's
They might be frozen.
yeah.
I mean, we might be frozen. It's not.